Well, with us is Jeremy Saltan, political advisor for the Amina Party, and our senior correspondent, Owen Alterman. Let's talk about elections. We heard Prime Minister Bennett say it's not in the country's interest, but there are who might say it is, could be in his interest, for example, in 6 months to go have an election and therefore not have to go to the rotation with Foreign Minister Yair Lapid, something his base does not want to see happen, Jeremy.
Well, first of all, if we do go to an election, it depends exactly how the Knesset disperses in terms of if Bennett will remain prime minister, or in certain circumstances it could actually move to Lapid automatically.
I think under the coalition agreement it does move to him.
That's not exactly true. It depends on which way it goes down. Right. There are different scenarios there, but I'm not going to get into the weeds of that. What I do think is important is this. There is no 61 votes for an early election. In order to cause an early election, you need to get 61 votes. We said before the break, 54 votes right now for Netanyahu. The Joint Arab List does not want to vote for new elections, but even if he does get them and he brings them over, that's still 60, and that's a very big if. The Joint List has made it very clear they see no interest in going ahead and helping Benjamin Netanyahu, even though they share the opposition with him and have made quite a few deals, and I should mention even advanced quite a bit of legislation thanks to Smotrich and Netanyahu. They're still not in a point where they say, we're going to just help you out politically by going to another election. Therefore, the 54 that Netanyahu has is quite short, 7 votes short from being able to bring us to a new election. And out of the various scenarios, I actually put that as the least likely scenario out of all of the possibilities that we're dealing with right now at the table.
Oh, and you agree with that? Because he's right that Netanyahu doesn't have the votes, but it may be in the interest of one of those parties in the coalition to go to an early election.
Well, a couple points. Number one, just without getting too far into the weeds, this argument that the Joint List doesn't want new elections and therefore won't vote to dissolve the parliament is a subject of great dispute in the political arena. So again, this is one perspective. There are others. At the end of the day, though, Jeremy Saltan is right that at the moment there isn't that 61st vote. And that, of course, is what the Likud is hunting for. That's what Benjamin Netanyahu is hunting for. That's why he's going after those members of the Amina list and of other parties to try to swing one, bring one over, and that, of course, fundamentally changes the math. The conventional wisdom has been that they are going to be able to do it. As we sit here tonight, they have not done it. For the moment, Naftali Bennett has managed to put his finger in the dike, again, with Abir Kara, one of those members in the Amina party, by promising him the sun and the moon and advancing his reforms, many of which are bitterly opposed by a number of the parties within the coalition, particularly Meretz and the Labour Party, and even within Blue and White in some cases. And so again, getting those over the finish line when these parties know they might be going to elections and might be angering key interest groups is a proposition that, again, is subject to dispute. But again, it's obviously a fragile situation. For now, the coalition is managing to survive. The betting is that it won't manage for much longer. But listen, Jeremy Saltan and Naftali Bennett will have their chance to prove us all wrong.
Right. You mentioned Blue and White. Another wild card here is Defense Minister Benny Gantz, who may have his own considerations. We'll leave that for another time. Owen Alterman, Jeremy Saltan, thank you for that.
Thank you.